Hello, my friends, and welcome to Storytime with Mrs. A. Today, we're going to be reading a few stories all about summertime and things that remind me of summer, including maybe some ocean animals. And this story that we're about to start with is one of my favorite ocean animals, one of the smartest ones, an octopus. So this story is called Inky the Octopus, based on a real-life aquatic escape. Let's see what happens. I live in a world of see-through walls, in a tank with a locked-down lid. I'm fed like a king 3 meals a day of lobster, shrimp, and squid. Look at how cute he is. I know I have a good life and should want for nothing more, but something tugs at my curious heart that I simply can't ignore. Where does he live, guys? I see lots of different tanks and a little boy and his mom, and it looks like he has a stuffed animal in his hand. And I see a custodian who's cleaning. Do you think he lives in an aquarium? Maybe. Let's keep reading and maybe we'll find out. Out of this tank, I must be free. I must explore the open sea. I've always liked 8-arm charades and seaweed hide and seek. I've had fun playing gravel hockey and tentacle tag each week. But I long to see a brand new world of plants and rocks and fish. Discovering things I've never known has become my only wish. Out of this tank, I must break free. I hear the ocean calling me. What do you think it sounds like when the ocean is calling you? I mean, maybe if you put your hand up here and you listen, you might be able to hear the sound of waves. What is this? Tonight, it seems, my tank lid is ajar. This could be my one chance for change. Dare I hope that far? Should he break out? Do you think he should break out of his tank? I think he should. I'll tell my tank mate, Blotchy, we should bid our tank adieu. I'll tell him we'll be happier exploring someplace new. Blotchy says he'd rather stay within his comfy home. He doesn't feel the pull to see the far and great unknown. Looks like he's doing cat's cradle with seaweed. That's silly. And so this quest I must take on is one I'll take alone. I'll be a solo traveler when I set off to roam. Out of this tank, I must break free. My heart flies to the open sea. Here I go to the top of the tank. I slide one arm outside. The air in the room feels dry and cool. The space feels free and wide. I lift through arms, 2, 3, and 4. Next 5, 6, 7, 8. My head is last, and then I'm sliding down the tank's glass plate. The floor feels strange beneath me. Odd noises fill the room. The air smells different from my tank. It's freedom in full bloom. I sneak across the rough wood floor as fast as I can go. My 8 arms latch and then release. My sense of excitement grows. But can I leave my life, my friends, and all I've ever known? My hearts say yes, today's the day to strike out on my own. Look at where he's going. It looks like it's a drain. A drain in the floor. Where does a drain lead? You know, if I remember correctly from the Nemo movies, the drain leads to the ocean. I wonder if that's where he thinks he's going. The sea lies just ahead of me, so in and down I dive. I'm falling fast toward what's to come. I've never felt so alive. I plunge, I swim, I breathe, I whirl, I float, I spin, I glide. I'll follow my heart wherever it leads. I'll travel far and wide. Out of my tank, at last I'm free. Long may I journey the splendid sea. Look at that. Inky's ingenious escape. Wait a minute. Is this based on a true story? No way. Let's read this and find out what happened. The book you've just read is based on the real-life story of Inky the octopus, who escaped from the National Aquarium of New Zealand in 2016. After Inky was found injured on a crayfish pot, he was taken to the aquarium for recovery, where he lived for 2 years with a tank mate named Blotchy. One night, the lid of Inky's tank was left slightly open by mistake. Based on arm prints found on the floor the next morning, workers at the aquarium believe Inky squeezed through the opening in his tank, slid down the side, and slithered across the floor. Octopuses like Inky are nimble contortionists and are able to pass through openings as small as a coin. Wow! The only explanation for Inky's escape is that once free of his tank, he squeezed through an even smaller opening, a drain hole, only 6 inches wide, and miraculously made it out to sea. Inky left his tank mate Blotchy behind in favor of the challenge and allure of the escape. He didn't even leave us a message, the aquarium manager said. Escape artists and marine biologists alike hope this Houdini of the sea is now happily swimming across the open ocean. I hope so too, don't you? Let's look at other odd octopuses. So Otto. One night at the Sea Star Aquarium in Coburg, Germany in 2008, all the lights went out. The electricity was fixed in the morning, but it went out again the next night and the next. So aquarium workers settled in for an all-night stakeout. The culprit, an octopus named Otto. The workers had trained Otto to squirt water at visitors, and Otto figured out that he could put this skill to another use. What? Squirting water at the light above his tank to turn off all the lights. Otto was also known to enjoy playing with a chessboard until he grew bored of it and tossed it away right out of the aquarium. Wow, that's crazy. Let's look at Flo. Flo. In 2009, an octopus at the Santa Monica Pier Aquarium in California flooded the aquarium with about 200 gallons of seawater. What? The relatively small but very handy octopus Flo took apart a water valve in her tank, letting seawater pour out for about 10 hours until the first aquarium worker arrived at the scene of the crime. That's a lot of water. Let's look at Sid. Sid the octopus tried escaping the Portobello Aquarium in New Zealand several times before aquarium workers decided to release him back into open waters in 2009. This aquarium is no stranger to sneaky octopuses. Sid's predecessor, named Harry for Harry Houdini, used to sneak out of his tank to eat crayfish from a neighboring tank. Workers originally thought the missing crayfish was a prank perpetrated by biology students until Harry was caught replacing the lid on the crayfish tank and returning to his own tank. Wow! Did you know octopus could do all that kind of stuff? You know what's really cool? You can watch some YouTube videos about the cool things that octopus can do. They can play games, and they can fit themselves in really itty-bitty tiny holes. It's really awesome. You should check that out. Thank you so much for reading with me, my friend. I'll see you guys next time on Storytime with Mrs. A.